All right, let's talk about a huge new development in the fight against all the fake stuff online. You know Grok, Elon Musk's AI? Well, it's getting a new mission, not just to spot deepfakes, but to actually hunt down where they came from. This is a big deal.
I mean, seriously, can you? This question feels more and more relevant every single day, right? AI is getting scarily good at creating fakes and telling what's real from what's not. Well, it's becoming a massive challenge for all of us. And that's exactly the problem we're diving into.
And look, this isn't some far-off future problem. It's happening right now. These incredibly realistic AI videos are out there, and they can be used to spread all sorts of misinformation, create totally false narratives, and really just mess with our trust in what we see.
So, what was the trigger for this? Well, it all kicked off on October 9th, 2024. A post on X from Matt Walsh was making waves, pointing out just how dangerous deepfakes are becoming. And that post got a very, very direct response.
And here it is, the response from Elon Musk himself. He laid out a whole plan, and it's basically a two-part strategy. First, Grok's going to analyze the digital guts of the video. And second, it's going to trace it back through the internet. It's that 1-2 punch of detection and investigation that really makes this interesting.
Okay, so let's get into the nitty-gritty. How is Grok actually going to pull this off? Let's break down this two-pronged approach. You can think of it as part digital forensics, part old-school internet detective work.
So it really comes down to these two key stages. First, Grok looks inside the video file, for all the technical clues. Then, it steps back and looks outside the video, scouring the entire internet for clues about its history. Let's take a look at each of these steps.
So first up is that technical analysis. The best way to think about this is that Grok is acting like a digital crime scene investigator. It's looking for those tiny, almost invisible fingerprints that an AI inevitably leaves behind when it creates a video.
And those fingerprints, they have a name. AI artifacts. So what are they? Well, they're these super subtle clues. Things like weird patterns in how the video is compressed. Or maybe the lighting is just a little bit off in a way our eyes would never notice. But to another AI like Grok, those artifacts might as well be a giant flashing sign that says, "I'm a fake."
But just finding out a video is fake is only half the battle. Step 2 is maybe even more important, tracing it all the way back to where it started. And this is where the real sleuthing begins.
Yeah, this is the investigation phase. Grok is going to use its insane access to online data to follow the breadcrumbs. It's asking the important questions. Where did this thing first pop up online? Who was the first person to post it? Does the source they claim is from actually exist? It's all about building a solid chain of digital custody.
So if we put it all together, it's pretty simple. The technical analysis tells us what the video is it real or AI generated, and the contextual research tells us where it came from. When you put those two puzzle pieces together, you get a much, much clearer picture of a video's authenticity. Okay, so let's zoom out for a second. Beyond all the tech talk, what does this actually mean for us? Why is a tool like this such a big deal, especially right now?
Well, this feels like a genuinely new front in the war on misinformation. We're moving beyond just putting a little fake label on something. Now we're talking about tracing it back to the source. And that ability to point to an origin, to say this is where it came from, that could be a massive deterrent. It really could be a game changer. Which, of course, leads us to the big question. Is this the silver bullet that finally puts an end to deepfakes? Or is this just the next move in what's becoming a kind of AI arms race between the creators and the detectors? Honestly, only time is going to tell.